so excited to have another episode. And today we have some fabulous guests with us. I can't wait to introduce you to the founders of Agency Brand You and Ebashbox, Crystal Thomas and Shonta. And I don't know Shantae's last name.
That's okay.
What's your last name?
It's Connolly. Shonta Connolly.
Shonta Connolly.
Yeah,
So
I'm Black Irish by marriage.
You are. Look at that.
She married an Irishman.
Look at the Irish. Well, Shonta and Crystal, I'm so happy to have you guys.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
I'm so excited. And so, like, I have history with you ladies, and so I just got to go there first. You know, I have been knowing Crystal since, oh my God, Chris, sixth grade. Sixth grade. You knew me at 10, girl. Yes. 10 years old. Can you believe that? And
Crystal, just wait until everybody our age.
Oh, Crystal, don't tell them that. You gonna tell them? Don't let them know now, Chris. Don't let
I said 20-something.
Chris, now you know we ain't supposed to be
like it's only been 15 years, girl. It's only been 8 years.
Black doesn't crack, so we all look under 17. Okay.
Hello.
That's what I tell people. I'm like, I can be anywhere between 17 to 65. You would never know.
Yeah, you never know. Depending on the day. I met in 1908.
But you know, Crystal has a special place in my heart, Shonta, because the school we went to was a small, like, magnet school, and they had, for the most part, everyone had been there since like pre-K. And I was constantly transferring schools just due to our family moving to find the, best school for us. And when I got there, Crystal was one of the first people that befriended me. And she's always been so loving and so caring. And I just love you so much, Chris.
I love you, friend.
Girl, we have history forever, but you got a beautiful lady here with you, Shonta. And I want to hear how you all met.
Yes, so this is my Tay-Tay. Oh my God. We did ministry together at church years ago.
Okay.
Years ago.
Shonta. Okay.
Over 10 years ago.
It was really fitting between.
We were between the ages of something and something. Yeah. And we were on the leadership team together for that particular age group. And so we used to do events together for the church. And then Tay would do things outside of the church, like weddings, baby showers, that kind of deal. She'd say, hey, want to help me with this? Same with me. I would do, I was doing the whole little wedding thing for a little bit, making flowers, whatever. Mm. And I would call her, hey, you want to help me with this or that? And so our relationship grew from there, but not into anything that it is now until we actually started working together, even though we did stuff with the ministry together. Mm. And she was really nice. She invited us to her wedding. Like, we knew her for a week. So I invited us to her wedding. We were like, she has a collaborator friend. She was just being extremely nice. I found out later, she was like, I just thought it was weird. I was getting married and I didn't invite y'all and I do ministry with y'all. I was like, that's so weird for you. Like, I didn't go because I was like, I don't know how I ain't going to her wedding. So, super sweet, super sweet. And she's been a godsend in my life. And professionally, I would not have a business without her. But personally too, she's such a good friend. She really, really is. I'm really, really grateful for you.
I paid her to say that.
I'm sure it was a lofty price.
That's how we met.
That sounds like you both are like two kindred spirits, and just knowing Crystal, she only has amazing people like myself, around. And so Shonta, I'm sure that, and we met a couple of times, prior to this, and you've always been very sweet. So Shonta, I have to ask you, you guys are, Crystal talking about you, Shonta.
No, she's much sweeter than I am. Like, she's the nice one. Like, if we go good cop, bad cop, I'm always the bad cop.
Well, that is true. She is.
It means, Crystal, that Shonta has nice to you, because I always thought you were so nice and sweet. So life has changed you, girl. But so let's get into it. So I want to hear about what you all are working on and the business that obviously you guys have years and years of experience together. But what are you guys, currently working on, and what makes this partnership so special?
So I have to back up before I move forward.
Okay.
We're currently working on Ebashbox, but we originally started with Agency Brand You, where we went on tours and comedy shows and marketing events and all of that for promoters, and we do experiential marketing events for corporations, right?
Okay.
So that's Agency Brand You. Ebashbox, it came about because we had to pivot during COVID.
Got you.
We sat down late last year and mapped out our ABU calendar before Corona was a thing. And we talked about how crazy busy and packed we were, and that this was the first we're going to hire people this year. Because it's just been hard for the last couple of years. And we contract people out, but we're actually talking about bringing people into ABU because we have so much planned for the year. So then when Corona happened, we saw event after event cancel.
Yeah.
And we were like, if Essence doesn't cancel, we're fine.
We just need, as long as Essence Festival happens and thereafter, we're fine.
Yeah, because that's one of our biggest events, Essence, and then New York Fashion Week. One of our biggest events for ABU every year. So he's like, as long as those two keep going, we'll be fine.
Good. Yeah. Okay, so Shonta, Crystal has said so many amazing things about you. I just want to know, what led you guys to working together? What happened? Tell us.
Girl, I don't know why I worked with this child. Okay, I don't know. No, I'm just kidding. We worked together in ministry. So we started working together in ministry, where we were working with a young adult ministry. And we would do programming together and different events. And so we built that relationship there. And then we started inviting each other to help out in our external events. And so she would do weddings, I would do baby showers, she would do flowers, just different things. And then we started working together on a concert where this one, I bamboozled her. She bamboozled me into producing a whole concert, guys. Like,
oh my word.
Never had done it before. And it was 2 weeks before the concert. She was like, no, you can do it. It's fine. And I'm like, I can't do that. She was like, oh, yes, you can. And so, long story short, we produced the concert for the OJs and the Whispers, right?
Oh, wow.
And, and the role manager came to us after the show and said, this is one of the best produced events concerts that I had been to. How long have you been in business? Well, from there, I was like, that's it? This is all it takes to do this? I can do this. And so we started touring and doing concerts and comedy shows with HD5. They gave us our start. We're working together and just getting our foot wet in the industry, And so then thereafter, we started Agency Brand You. And Agency Brand You is a marketing company that we focus on experiential marketing for corporations. And we focus on bringing our clients ROIs for
return on investment, guys, because she gets in her
return on their
what
investment.
Is that? Right, so
and get repeat customers. And so we started doing that, and we worked with bigger companies and larger organizations, and we just started growing from there. We got to give shouts out to MC Group, Mayel Organics, Essence, all of the clients that work with us continuously, Naturally Curly, all of those.
Everybody took a chance. Mayel for sure. HC Live and Mayel were the ones that really took chances on us.
Yeah.
And we're so grateful to them.
So dynamic. Wow, what an incredible story.
Yeah. Yep.
That is so cool. It's funny, as you were saying that, Crystal, I remember when you had to produce a play that I think, you brought me into the play because, I have a background in acting, for those of you.
Yes, ma'am. You do. I use all my resources, okay? The Lord wastes nothing, okay? He shows me a little bit in each of you, and I'm like, oh, you would be great for this. Yeah.
You have always just been that way, and Shonta, it sounds like you guys are just like this power pack duo. So I am excited to hear how in a pandemic you ladies have turned things around. So I want to know, what have you done in this pandemic to defy the adversity of just, as you all were both talking about your brand? was about live events. So what have you all done now in the midst of just like being virtual, and what's going on?
So last year we sat down and we mapped out our agency brand new calendar, and we were packed every month for the year. We had something going on, lots of trips planned. We're supposed to be in New York and New Orleans and Hawaii, all kind of stuff. And we looked at each other and was like, oh my God, we're gonna have to hire this year because it was so much. So we're excited about that. And Corona happened, COVID-19.
Yeah.
And things started canceling, and we both said, as long as Essence and New York Fashion Week don't cancel, we'll be okay.
Yeah.
And then we got the email that Essence was postponed. And they were like, okay, it's just postponed. And then we got the email that it was canceled, and we just kind of looked at each other like, what's going on? Like, what is going on? So we came up with the idea to take our experiences that we were doing for these companies and brands and send it to your homes. So we wanted to do some virtual experiences and help people continue to celebrate, life's important moments, although we were in a pandemic. And what we found out was that everybody was Zooming, right? Everybody was getting on House Party or Zoom or whatever for their virtual parties, but then they get on and they were just like this.
I mean, it was terrible. Some of the Zooms that I was on. So we decided to bring excitement to the Zoom parties, right? And so it's just Ebashbox was created or birthed probably based out of the boredom we were in on these Zoom calls. And so we decided, we said, you know what? Well, what if we sent everything that they would have experienced or done in person, and we send it to each individual person via mail.
Yeah.
And we put favors and games and all the little tchotchkes that you would do at a baby shower, bridal shower, birthday party. We would put it in a box and we would ship it to individuals. Okay. And so from we decided to pivot from COVID and Ebashbox.
So cool. That is so cool. I mean, like, you guys, that's the best word. You pivoted in the middle of a pivotal time in our history. And like, what a way to reinvent yourselves and to still provide a need, because I think even more people need to be social, and that virtually. I know people out here, and I hope it's none of our listeners, without a mask and going places, doing things you don't have any business doing. But if you're like me and you've been quarantined, I encourage you all to check out Ebashbox, because people are having birthdays and anniversaries and events and class reunions and all kinds of events, and you need that support. So I think, ladies, that is just fabulous. Like, you both.
And the thing that's different from Ebashbox being any other type of party box, most party boxes, they focus on the cutesy stuff, right? Cute plate and napkin, whatever. Right. And you still are sitting on the Zoom like this. You have all this cute stuff behind you or whatever. So cute. So cute. But then you're sitting there like this. And so we wanted to take that to the next level. And so whereas our boxes aren't the cutest boxes, they're cute. Don't get me wrong. They are cute. But you will get the box and you're like,
what's going on?
What is this? Yeah. And that's because the elements of surprise we send to each of the guests of the whatever the event is, and the host has all the secrets in her box or his box. But we focus on what you actually do, your experience. Right. Did you have fun? What games did you play? What questions were at? You know what I mean? What conversations were had from you guys being on the Zoom for 2 hours or whatever the case may be. So we wanted to make sure that we were curating boxes that spoke to those individuals about whatever that themed celebration was, and to help those introverts.
Yeah, we realized that throughout this that we've actually been a safe place for introverts, right? Because some introverts, they get anxiety about hosting something. They want to do something for their birthdays. They want to do something to celebrate them, but they get anxious about actually hosting. Okay. This is the step-by-step directions. It's like how to plan a party or how to host a party for dummies. That's how simple our instructions are. And literally, you read, you follow the directions, and then you go. And so what we have realized that our introvert clients particularly love Ebashbox because they can be in their space, right? I'm in my home. I'm just on a computer and I'm talking to my friends, and we basically give you the instructions like it's like hosting a party for dummies. The instructions are so simple. Mm-hmm. So they read through the instructions and then they just figure out, they just host a party. And so we realize that we've taken the anxiety away from people who just sometimes feel socially awkward. Yeah. We don't have to feel socially awkward with our boxes because we have everything you need.
Wow. So thoughtful. So really like practical. I think you guys also have a customizable box where like it fits your needs for the party. Mm-hmm. And I think that's really special. I also would like to know, like, what has your success been like, in comparison to a lot of people are closing down and, people have I see restaurants, like they built all these sidewalk cafes, so what have you all had just to like experience in this short turnaround as success?
You know what? I tell you this, Kristin, when I started it, I had in my mind, I was like, we're just going to do it for 2 weeks until COVID's over, right? I was like, this is a short time thing. We're just going to improvise, right? And we're going to do we're going to do something in the meantime until the world gets itself together and we get off of punishment. Mm-hmm. And it's gone from it being a potential 2-week project to now we've built out a whole distribution center, Ebash office in Crystal's basement. So it's where we started. That's going to be our story when we say we started from the bottom, now we're here. We literally started from the bottom of the floor, bottom of her house. And so we have a distribution center. We had an intern and we had her busy this summer. We have been extremely grateful to receive all of the support and outpouring. It just shows you that we are satisfying a need.
Yeah, that's right.
And shockingly, it hasn't been based upon us constantly pushing it into people's spaces or things like that. We get calls all the time. Hey, we just sent somebody your way for this or for that.
Yeah,
and that's a lot how ABU has had its success as well. We've been that secret behind the scenes type of deal, just word of mouth. And although we have a website and we have social media, all that kind of stuff, a lot of our boxes, a lot of our parties have been strictly word of mouth.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, I mean, that is crazy. So it's like in the midst of a pandemic, you thought you were going to like not have a schedule. And it turns out you guys have probably been busier than ever.
Yeah.
So that's great. I mean, just I hear so much hope and inspiration to maybe someone that's listening that's an entrepreneur or a small business owner who, is like, man, this has really hit me hard. I think what you both have done is like you solved a need. So in what ways do you want to inspire hope for entrepreneurs that may be listening?
Right. So one thing that we can encourage you guys to continue to do is to keep going. Mm-hmm. Don't take no for an answer.
Right.
When we started Ebashbox, because of COVID, everything was shut down. Manufacturing plants were shut down. There was a lot of things that we wanted in those initial boxes that we could not get just because suppliers weren't working. Obviously, we're in a pandemic where their employees' safety, everything was shut down. So instead of us taking that as an L or taking it as a no and then not wanting to continue or move forward, we was like, well, let's figure this out. We started making stuff. We started taking items and kind of putting them together so we can create what we were looking for and the things that we couldn't get our hands on at that time. Mm-hmm. So just keep moving forward. Keep pushing forward until you run into a titanium wall, and even then, you might find a way around that. But, continue pushing. I say all the time that this one right here, she does not hear no. She hears maybe. And this is not just from, this is
life.
People. No, that's impossible. We're not going to do that. She does not hear that. She hears maybe Shonta, maybe we can figure this out. And I'm like, hey, they said no. She's like, no, let me call her. You know what I mean? Like, she does not. And so she's inspired me just as her business partner in not taking no for an answer. Let's figure it out.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love that.
That's what I would suggest.
Yeah, and even in keeping forward in what Crystal was saying, you're going to get critics, right? You're going to get critics, and you're going to get people that do not like your product. And I am not the one for constructive criticism. I can't take it because I feel like it means like, oh my gosh, they hate it. We can't do this. We can't move forward. And so I even learned how to keep pushing through all of that through COVID and through this pandemic because it's a product, right? It's not a service. I know that I can deliver quality service. That's something that I know for sure that I can do because I'm in control of it.
Yeah.
But for a product, is relative.
Yeah.
And so even throughout all of that, we got some people to say, oh, why you doing this? Or why you do that? Or how you do this? And how you going to make money? And we were just like, whatever, we're going to keep on going. And so even through the naysayers, that's what we mean. Just keep on pushing.
That's so good.
So and your product is not for everybody, and that's totally fine. Because for every person that is a no to you, there's 5 yeses out there.
So. That's so good. Like, I mean, first of all, my mom is very similar to you, Shantae. She's always told me, she says, all I can do is say no. Like, like meaning, you don't have to be afraid or concerned or like, and keep trying. If they say no, somebody will say yes, and I think that's so powerful. And then Shantae, I'm sorry, Crystal, you mentioned that, but then Shantae, you just, it's all about that persistence and that grit. And I really see a lot of people innovating. I feel like this is a time in this pandemic where so many like amazing new businesses are going to rise up. People in places people from places that no one would have ever guessed are like, just like, oh, we here, and we're ready to thrive. And it sounds like you both are doing that, not just behind the scenes at these different events that you've been planning and on the road, but now like up front with this product, Ebashbox and really being able to inspire. I can attest everybody. I'm just going to tell you, when I moved to New York City, I called Crystal and she was able to set up my entire apartment, girl. And I was like, Chris, here, just tell me what I need to buy within reason.
Yes.
And I know
in New York, baby.
Her house, she has like valances and drapes, and I'm like, girl, I stayed with Crystal. I'm like, Crystal, why so many pillows, child? But I love that you have like a theme, like you're who I think of when I think of not just events, but attention to detail, and I know that with your brand, I know you both are really like very focused on making sure that the consumer has exactly what they're looking for. So
Chris, you think I was attention to detail?
She's even more, right?
Oh my goodness. Like we are the perfect yin and yang to each other. We really are.
I have to get me an Ebashbox, okay? I got 2 big events coming up, and I'm going to get one. Are you all going to get an Ebashbox? I'm talking to you all listening today. I need you to go on to the website, but I'm not going to tell you all the details. They're going to tell you. Crystal, Shantae, what are you currently working on? If it's just only Ebashbox, great. But I want to know, where can people find you?
Yeah, so for Ebashbox, you can find us at www.ebashbox.com. You can find us Ebashbox on Facebook and Instagram. Those are our IG handles and Facebook handles. We are working on launching some one-of-a-kind,
limited
edition,
super exclusive
theme boxes.
Yeah.
So if you want to have your theme parties and you want your party to be different and you don't want it to be like everybody else's, yep, just for you, we're going to launch these limited edition boxes where it's first come, first serve. Okay. And we'll be launching them a couple times a month. So you'll get the theme once or twice a month of these theme parties. We'll give you all much head notice, as much heads up as we possibly can give you. And you'll be able to go online and order the boxes. So that's exciting because we get really excited about this stuff. And we're excited to finally be able to present it to the public. So that'll be launching really soon.
I will be purchasing a limited edition, highly exclusive.
Super exclusive, exactly. Only limited quantities. We will not be making this box anymore. Once it's gone, it's gone.
Ladies, that is
I have to tell you, the reason why we say it's so slow is because Crystal wants to make sure that I don't give away too much information. So I've been trying to practice this sentence, okay? I've been trying to practice today to make sure that I don't give up too much information about these boxes.
Anonymity, right?
Yeah, for sure.
But I'm so I hope everybody heard that, ebashbox.com, right? So you
Yes.
can go online. Also, they can follow you on social media, right? Where can we find you?
Facebook and IG.
At Ebashbox, right?
Yep, Ebashbox is our tag for both.
Okay. Woo! So, ladies, this has been so fun. Like, you both are just like, you're right, Crystal, like yin and yang. You guys just seem like you work together. And I wish you many blessings and abundance in your lives and in your brands and all the amazing ideas that are going to come in the coming days. I know you're going to have so many new ideas. But I want to give you the floor for a final thought that you could share with our listeners to inspire hope.
Final thought.
Yes.
Hope during the pandemic. Something that we learned. Some of the greatest companies, brands, experiences, people, ideas come during times of uncertainty.
That's right.
And take this time to open up your eyes and your heart and your mind and your spirit to imagine what's next.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good.
Be inspired. You can be inspired in many different ways, and don't put yourself in a box.
That's so good. Don't put yourself.
Continue to try to think about what's next. Think outside of the box. Think about what problems you want to solve. Yeah. What's the next problem to solve? And then go out there and try to solve it.
Just do it.
Yeah.
Like Nike said it.
Yeah.
Just do it.
Yeah.
So some listeners of yours, Kristin, needs this confirmation.
Yes.
Just do it. Just start it.
No matter if somebody else is already doing it.
Oh, did y'all hear that? Just do it. No matter if somebody else is doing it.
And I think this is a sign or a confirmation for some of your listeners.
Yes.
But if you're out there and you're trying to decide if you should start something, if you should do it, just do it. I wish that I had given my 20-year-old self that advice to just do it. So I'm just over 20, but I wish I had given myself that encouragement and that word to just do it. And I wish I had people like you, Kristin, that just is doing it, because we're so proud of you and all of your accomplishments and all that you've been doing. So we truly appreciate this opportunity, but we know that you're our muse, and we're looking at you and following your pages and getting motivation and encouragement from you all the time. So,
amazing.
Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you.
You guys are
You
so.
have to deal with hope, girl.
I'm just trying to get on y'all level, okay? I'm trying to be glammed out. I'm trying to be fine at late nights, okay? But
it's coming up.
Right. So if you don't know Crystal and Shonta, this is the time that you get to meet them. Go online today to ebashbox.com. Go follow them on social media, Instagram, Facebook. You don't want to miss what's coming. Crystal and Shonta, I am so honored that you all have been a part of this show. I mean, from Essence, New York Fashion Week, and now the Hope Dealer Show. Listen, you can come back at any time, ladies, okay?
Thank you so much for having us. We truly appreciate it.
All right, we'll catch up, ladies. Thank you for coming. Oh, Hope Dealers, did y'all hear that? Like, hope in a pandemic. We're talking about how to pivot in the midst of all kinds of adversity. Did you hear Crystal and Shonta's story? Did you hear how they were able to reinvent themselves, come back alive, and they were able to do it even in the midst of a pandemic, after things had shut down, after all kinds of events they had planned, New York Fashion Week, Essence Festival, all those different things gone away. They were still able to thrive even in a pandemic. So whoever is listening, I don't care what is going on, whatever is inside of you that needs to come out, this hopeful resolve, the agent of change inside of you, bring your ideas. You have ideas and they're plentiful. And so be like Crystal and Shonta. If you're already out here doing great things, Keep it up. And if you needed this vote of motivation, I hope you enjoy it. Remember to follow them, ebashbox.com. But overall, Hope Dealers, I'm so glad that you listened to not one, but another episode. I think we're on like episode 8 or 9 right now, and we've just been thriving. So many guests. And I want you to know that the whole purpose of this show is to inspire hope. No matter what is going on, no matter what is happening in your sphere of influence, I want to tell you that you can, in fact, be a hope dealer to those that are watching, those that are listening, those that are observing you. And you can do that by just living a life with a hopeful resolve. Remember, be the hope that you wish to see in the world. I'm your host, Kristin Joy Greer, and I'm just so excited that we got through another episode. I'll catch you later. Have a good one, Hope Dealers.